Sometimes you gotta talk sweet to it. I'm just gonna sit here and look at it the whole time. 6 o'clock, that alarm starts ringing. Wipe sleep out of my eyes. It's a brand new day and I'm still stuck in a haze. Don't know when I'll get out. My baby's showing the bills are growing, but depending on me, I know it might look like I've got it all figured right. Truth be told, I'm barely hanging on. 'Cause I'm tired of bending backwards, hoping I don't break, when the weight of the world is more than one man can take. It feels like my head's underwater. Lord, my hands are pointed towards the sky, praying for a miracle, praying it's tonight. 'Cause I can't live my life just getting by. Oh, maybe I'm spinning my wheels, maybe there's no use in trying. Maybe I've done all I can, nothing's sure left to die. 'Cause truth be told, barely hanging on. And I'm tired of bending backwards, hoping I don't break, when the weight of the world is more than one man can take. It feels like my head's underwater. Lord, my hands are pointed towards the sky, praying for a miracle, praying it's tonight. 'Cause I can't live my life just getting by. Oh, it feels like my head's underwater. Well, my hands are pointed towards the sky, and I'm tired of bending backwards, hoping I don't break, when the weight of the world is more than one man can take. Feels like my head's underwater. Well, my hands are pointed towards the sky, yeah. Praying for a miracle, praying it's tonight. 'Cause I can't live my life. No, I can't live my life just getting by.
Welcome into this month's edition of Savvy Sounds. This is July, middle of summer. We are talking today with Daniel Jeffers, and you can find Daniel just about anywhere in Gaston County. I mean, you've played the Rooster, you played the Pickle. This is something that if you love country music, you got to come out and check him out, because this guy's got a ton of talent, great voice, and happy to have him here today.
I'm glad to be here.
So, Daniel, tell me a little bit about kind of what got you into to music and to country music in particular.
Well, I started, I was, me and my mom and my dad, back when I was like 4 or 5 years old, went to, I think it was in Boone, to the Mountain Home Music. It was at a church, and they were playing bluegrass, and I fell in love with bluegrass right then, and I started taking violin lessons.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I couldn't play it to save my life. That's one of those things that I could kick myself for not learning how to do, or continue to learn how to do.
God bless your parents, though, because if you can't play violin well, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
It was. I mean, I got fairly decent at it. I still got it. It's hanging up on my wall in the house,
okay.
But it does sound like a cat right now. But it wasn't until I got into high school that I started
learning to play guitar. Actually, I went to a summer camp, and there was this one guy playing guitar, and like he had this flock of girls around him, and I was like, man, that guy's cool. I want to do that.
So your music story is literally one time at band camp.
Pretty much, yeah. But I kind of found my love for country music as I went through high school and college, and it just kind of seemed to fit right.
I left out of our hometown just trying to chase a dream. Didn't know where I'd end up, I was happy to be free. Late at night I sat and wondered if leaving it all behind was as good as I'd had in mind. I think about you, yeah, you. God only knows why you were crazy over a fool like me. Still got this picture of you crying all alone, knowing you never did wrong. I guess saying goodbye ain't as good as I'd had in mind. Sometimes I sing to you, but you ain't in the crowd. You moved on, found someone new, built the house we dreamed about. Cigarettes just pass the time, whiskey is what gets me by. I can't seem to let you go. And girl, if you ever wanna know, I think about you, yeah, you. God only knows why you were crazy over a fool like me. Still got this picture of you crying all alone, knowing you never did wrong. I guess saying goodbye ain't as good as I'd had in mind. As the shows keep rolling by and I move from town to town, can't help but wonder why I didn't turn that truck around. 'Cause I think about you, yeah, you. God only knows why you were crazy over a fool like me. Still got this picture of you crying all alone, knowing you never did wrong. I guess saying goodbye ain't as good as I'd had in mind. I guess saying goodbye ain't as good as I'd had in mind.
One of the things that it's interesting, you pop up your music on Spotify or Apple, and it's like, oh, suggested artists, and it's Luke Combs is like the first one that comes to mind.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, and when you hear you play, there's definitely some Luke Combs vibes.
Yeah, there was I went to NC State about the same time that he went to Appalachian, and I about transferred to Appalachian. And looking back, I'm like, dang, I really should have went there. Maybe we could have been best friends.
Right.
And, but I did. That was one of the. When he first blew up, I learned a lot of his songs, and I've always been told that I sound like him, and I want to sound like me, but I guess it's a compliment that
for sure.
that people recognize him.
Well, and the voice and like just the creativity and the songwriting, I think there's a lot of similarities there.
Definitely.
What inspires you when you're kind of putting pen to paper and putting your songs together?
Whatever's in the moment. I might write 2 songs one week and then go 8 months and not write another one.
Okay.
It just, and a lot of time, or as of right now, a lot of it's just finding the time to sit down and write. I'll be at work and be like, that's a really good idea, and I'll write it down. Well, I'm going to write it when I get home, and then I go to bed. I have 2 kids at home and a wife, and that takes a good bit of my time too. So finding the time to write it is probably the most difficult, but a lot of the inspiration just comes from what somebody may say to me that day, or something that I'm feeling or thinking. As a songwriter, for me, is I want people to be able to connect with what I have to say, and maybe if it's one person, that I've done my job.
Right.
That they can feel what I'm feeling.
For sure.
Holding up a wall, joint downtown. Smoke was in the air, neon all around. She whispered to me, it's getting awful loud. Why don't you take me on home? Let's get out of this crowd. She's got one thing on her mind, don't want the night to end. She just wants to hear that Conway record spin. My baby loves a slow dance, yeah, to some slow hands. Round the kitchen floor, up to that bedroom door. Keep it spinning, baby, all night long. It gets her in the mood. Drop that needle in the groove. It's her perfect kind of romance. My baby loves a slow dance. She doesn't have to say a word, 'cause I already know when she puts that vinyl on. There's only one way this can go. My baby loves slow dance, yeah, to some slow hands. Round the kitchen floor, under that bedroom door. Keep it spinning, baby, all night long. It gets her in the mood. Drop that needle in the groove. It's her perfect kind of romance. My baby loves a slow dance. One time. I know the time is right when she throws me those come get me eyes. My baby loves a slow dance, yeah, to some slow hand. Round the kitchen floor, up to that bedroom door. Keep it spinning, baby, all night long. It gets her in the mood. When I drop that needle in the groove. It's her perfect kind of romance. My baby loves a slow dance. It's her perfect kind of romance. My baby loves a slow dance.
Tell us a little bit about you. You've put out several singles in the last couple of years. Is there any one of them that you're particularly proud of?
I wish somebody had told me whenever I started putting music out that how expensive it was. Nobody ever told me that, and I've had to learn that on my own. But actually, the last song that I did that's probably my most favorite. It hadn't released yet. Don't know when it'll be out. But,
okay.
That's probably I got 2 favorites. That one. And the first song I did was a song called Getting By.
Okay.
And I wrote it about a time in my life where it just seemed like stuff wasn't going right, and I was just kind of getting by.
So your music, people can find it on Apple Music, Spotify, a bunch of different places, but where else can people kind of keep up with you if they're interested in your music?
Normally I post a lot of my stuff on Instagram at Daniel Jeffers Music. I have been kind of slack here lately about posting stuff because that social media is a full-time job. And
It is.
I struggle with that. It's a necessary evil for me. But you can find that there and on Facebook.
So what's your goal? 1 year, 5 years, 10 years from now?
I don't know. I think it's fluid. I think anybody would be lying to themselves if they said that they didn't want to be famous. You know what I mean? But my realistic goal is to be able to just go and play my music. If it's to 50 to 100 people, get to travel state to state, play, and just use that self-therapy, and promote myself,
For sure.
pay my bills in
For
a
sure.
sense, Would I love to be famous? Absolutely. But that's a 1 in a million chance. So
Right.
got to do what you got to do.
No, I hear that for sure. Folks, check out Daniel Jeffers. Like you said, you can find him on Instagram, find him on Facebook, and then obviously you can find his music just about anywhere that you're going to be downloading music from: Apple, Spotify, Amazon, any of that good
YouTube.
stuff. Yep,
Yeah, all that good stuff.
good deal. And then
LimeWire.
if you're looking to figure out kind of where you're playing next, you kind of update your socials on
Oh,
kind of where
yeah.
you got gigs at.
Yes, sir. Instagram and Facebook, Daniel Jeffers Music.
Good deal. Thanks so much for watching this month. We look forward to seeing you back here next month.